regarding an enforcement action executed by the U.S. Treasury.
It is the season. It's that time of year when scammers start plotting and planning on how to take your money. Tax scheme calls are trending across the country, and more than 2.3 million reports of IRS impersonator calls have been logged by the Office of the Treasury Inspector General in the last 5 years. Nearly 14,000 victims have reported losses of more than $67 million. Now, in past years, experts say you should only use the IRS.gov website to avoid being a victim, but that's been difficult because of the 35-day government shutdown. So we've got answers for you. We've got solutions like we always do. Our money guy, Dan Ricardo, has ways to tell the difference between a tip-off and a rip-off. Good morning, Dan. This is getting crazy.
Hey, Bill, I'm on the phone with the IRS. Can you hold on 1 second? No, it's a scam. So as you said, Bill, this is tax season, and that means they ramp up the ability to try to, or the capabilities to try to get inside your bank account or your credit card account. Last year, 2.7 million consumers complained to the FTC that they were victims or potential victims of a scam, and that is crazy numbers when you think about it. 50% of all cell phone calls are now estimated to be done by these robocall scammers trying to get into your financial 411. So this is the time of the year, Bill, that you and I have to be super careful.
Now, Dan, it seems like one of those things that it should be pretty basic. Like you just don't give out information on the phone, but they can make it seem pretty realistic. So is that a baseline kind of responsibility, just no personal information?
Yeah, so look, they've gotten really good at this, as you said, Bill. So, for example, the caller ID might actually say IRS, and the employee will identify herself as an IRS agent or something like that. But you're absolutely right. A couple things. First, Bill, the IRS doesn't make phone calls. They do business old-fashioned way, snail mail, right? For you millennials, that means it's an envelope that comes in your mailbox. The idea here is if you get a phone call from someone purporting to be an IRS representative or agent, it's not real because they don't make phone calls. And number two, as you said, Bill, common sense. The IRS is not going to ask you ever to give out personal banking information or credit card information over the phone. So if you get that request right away, your antenna should go up and you know it is a scam.
And there are some other ways that you can kind of protect yourself. You can put yourself on the registry list. And then thankfully, because the government shutdown is now over, you also will be able to do things online.
Yeah, so here's the deal. If you're the last person on the planet that still has not put your phone number on the do not call list, now's the time to do it. Now, the site is actually down this weekend because of the government shutdown, so we expect that to be back up probably on Monday. It's donotcall.gov. You can register your phone, including your cell phone. And the idea there is it won't eliminate all those calls, Bill, but it should cut down the number of those potential scam calls that you get. The other thing is, you know, here's the deal. The more opportunity that the scammers have to get a hold of your personal information, obviously they're going to take every advantage. So if you can, you want to make sure that you wall off your bank accounts, your credit card accounts to the extent possible. And that means try to stay off of unsecure websites and things like that. Make sure you register your phone once you can, once that site's back up with the Do Not Call registry. That should all help cut down on those instances.
Sounds to me also, because I've always said, it's very easy to say, this is common sense, don't ever do it.
Yeah.
And then my parents or some, older individuals, no disrespect to my parents, they're a lot more trusting and less cynical as it relates to this type of thing. So do we need to send the message to maybe some of the seniors, guys, be careful, this is going on?
Good point. Talk to your parents, talk to your grandparents. Mr. and Mrs. Anderson out there watching us this morning, the IRS doesn't make phone calls. So we just have to keep telling folks that over and over again.
Yeah, I'm sitting here right now probably getting a text message from my dad going, who are you calling old? Dad, always a pleasure, sir.